You know what's strange? The nicest people I've ever met are also the most taken advantage of, and I used to think that was just bad luck. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong people around them. But it's not. There's something happening underneath. Something most people never talk about because it sounds uncomfortable. When you're too nice, you don't come across as kind. You come across as someone who needs approval. And people, without even realizing it, lose respect for that. Not because they're bad people, but because of how the human brain actually works. Today, I want to walk you through 9 dark psychology lessons. Things that sound a little cold, but when you understand them, they change everything. Stay with me. People respect what they can't fully predict. Here's the first one. Predictability kills attraction. It kills respect too. When someone knows exactly how you'll respond, when they know you'll always say yes, always be available, always be okay with everything, they stop valuing your presence. Not consciously, it's just how the brain works. We pay more attention to things that keep us a little uncertain. So here's the quiet truth. Being slightly unpredictable isn't manipulation. It's just not making yourself too easy to read. Lesson 2. Saying no is a form of self-respect that others can feel. Most people think saying no will push people away. Actually, it does the opposite. When you say no, calmly, without a big long explanation, people feel something shift. They start to realize you have standards, that your yes actually means something. A person who agrees with everything, their agreement stops meaning anything after a while. But when someone who's usually measured finally says yes, that carries weight. Your no is what gives your yes its value. Lesson 3. Silence is more powerful than most people realize. This one is underrated. Most people feel uncomfortable with silence and rush to fill it. They over-explain. They apologize. They laugh nervously. But silence communicates something. It says, I'm not afraid of this moment. When you stop rushing to fill every gap in conversation, people start to pay more attention to what you do say. Silence isn't emptiness, it's pressure. And the people who can sit in it comfortably are the ones who feel the most grounded. Lesson 4. People take you at whatever value you give yourself. This one took me a while to accept. Nobody is sitting around calculating your worth. They're just taking whatever signal you're sending them. If you apologize too much, they assume there's something to apologize for. If you shrink in conversations, they assume you don't have much to bring. If you laugh off disrespect, they assume it's okay. You are constantly broadcasting a signal, and people pick it up subconsciously. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the amount of space you allow yourself to take up, that is your value in the eyes of others. And the uncomfortable part? You're the one setting it. Lesson 5. Emotional control is one of the rarest things you can have. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. When you react strongly to everything, when you get visibly upset, defensive, or anxious, it signals to people that you can be moved, that you can be pushed. And some people, not all but some, will use that. But when you stay calm in situations that would make most people spiral, that's when people start looking at you differently. Not cold, not distant, just stable. And stability in a world full of chaos is one of the most respected qualities a person can carry. Lesson 6. Stop explaining yourself to everyone. This is a habit a lot of nice people have, and it quietly works against them. Over-explaining. I couldn't make it because I was busy, and I also had this thing, and I didn't want to. Stop! You don't owe everyone a full breakdown of your decisions. The more you over-explain, the more it looks like you're asking for permission or trying to avoid conflict. A simple, calm answer, with no apology attached to it, communicates more confidence than any long explanation ever could. Lesson 7. What you allow continues. I want to say this carefully. When someone crosses a line, even a small one, and you let it go without acknowledging it, you didn't just let that thing go. You set a new standard for how they'll treat you going forward. This isn't about being aggressive or holding grudges. It's just about making it clear, quietly, firmly, that certain things aren't something you're comfortable with. People learn how to treat you through what you accept, every time, without exception. This is one of those things that sounds obvious when you hear it, and then you realize how many times you've let it slide. Lesson 8. Wanting to be liked by everyone is a vulnerability. Here's a strange truth. The more you need people to like you, the less likely they are to genuinely respect you. Because people can feel that need. It shows up in how you speak, how you agree with things you don't actually believe, how you avoid saying what you really think, and when people sense that you're adjusting yourself to please them, something in them stops taking you seriously. Not everyone has to like you. Honestly, the moment you get comfortable with that idea, something shifts. You stop shrinking, and people start paying more attention. Lesson 9. Real kindness has a spine. I want to end on this, because everything I've talked about, it's not about becoming cold or playing games with people. It's about understanding that real kindness isn't soft. Real kindness has limits. It has honesty. It sometimes says things people don't want to hear. The person who tells you the truth gently, that person respects you more than the one who just agrees with everything to keep the peace. Being good and being a pushover are not the same thing. They never were. You can be warm. You can be generous. You can genuinely care about people and still hold your ground. That combination, that's what actually earns respect. So, if you've ever felt like being nice only leads to people taking you for granted, you weren't wrong to feel that. But now you know, it's not about being less kind. It's about understanding how people's minds actually work and adjusting accordingly. Here's what I want to know though. Which of these 9 hit closest to home for you? Is there someone in your life right now who needs to hear this? Drop it in the comments. I read more of them than you'd probably think. And if this made you think even a little differently, then it did its job.